Everyone, we're gonna do Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. I don't have a physical copy, I read it on audio. The next physical book will be this. Really enjoying it, but that's a different review. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen is the sequel to Nightmare Before Christmas, or one of the many sequels because they have Boogie's Revenge too. I never played that game, but I hear it's good, and well, at least the story's good. The playability factor, not so much. It's hard to find. But again, not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what I actually did read. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, which focuses primarily on Sally. You get to hear a little bit more of her backstory. It circled the square that I've always had since I was like 4 years old, and I was watching it on VHS. That circle being is, why does Sally look different? Why, if Dr. Finkelstein hasn't been able to build anything, could he build Sally? I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but Sally's from Dreamtown, from the old time, the time before the Greco-Roman calendar, the time before men forgot holidays. You know, there were other holidays out there, you find out. And you find out the forest is a lot bigger than just those 4 holidays. Um, and and you get to have Sally go up against the Sandman. I'm not gonna again ruin how that happens, but he's the primary bad guy, and every time I heard the actress who played Sally doing the Sandman, I thought of the original voice from Nightmare Before Christmas, the guy doing the narration. In my head, not in the actual story, in my head, that is what the Sandman sounded like. That is his voice, and it's a shame that they only had that one actress. They didn't have like what the Axiom Zen trilogy ended up doing and have multiple people. They just had that one actress, like the Watchmen thing did for their book. Um, it was very well put together, but at the same time, Disney can afford more than one actor. I mean, it was cool that I like pictured Dream from Sandman, but this guy's not like Dream. Dream is kind and forgiving, and he, the bad guy in this, well, is a bad guy. And it's like, yeah, he wants to put everyone to sleep. So he doesn't. And and it, and another thing I liked about this book is that it picks up directly where Nightmare Before Christmas left off. and you get to see um, Sally and Jack's relationship bloom and what they did, like what they did for their honeymoon and how they went to Valentine's Day town and they introduced new characters like the Queen of Valentine's Day town, which which you can tell in the actress's performance of Sally that Sally is supposed to really care for her, and I'd love to see it on camera, but I, like the Wizards of Mickey, I don't think that enough people know about this, so I'd be very surprised if it got turned into a movie. So we may never get to see what Ruby Valentino or what the what the 4th of July town looks like or any of that, um, which is a real shame. So overall, it was a fine performance, though. I liked how they didn't just, like I said, they made up a new bad guy. They didn't just have Oogie Boogie come back and be like, I'm terrorizing you again for the third time. And no. Um, if they did mention this in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'd be very surprised. Although it does kind of keep with Kingdom Hearts canon. I'm not going to say any more about that. Just, it does. It doesn't contradict it. Anyway, I was thinking about that while reading it too. It's like, absolutely. My favorite holiday town of the whole current holidays, not the forgotten ones, would be the St. Patrick's Day town with the little leprechaun. I just loved how the actress described it. It was like very vivid and very upbeat, and you could just see the little leprechauns running around. And I this was another one where I read it every night before bed, so it became part of my nighttime ritual. Now I don't like I said with the last nighttime one. Now I don't know what to do. I have plenty of books. Mom's currently reading me one, like you saw, but this will definitely leave a hole in my heart that I wish would be filled by like a series, but I'm glad they haven't made it into a series, if that makes any sense. One of these is plenty. You don't need to go nuts. I mean, the Peter Pan series, they we'll get to that when we get to it. But needless to say, I think that that was, they pushed that a little too hard. For that, they got Tim Curry, and that was made by, I think that was made by the same people. I don't know. So, if it was, Tim Curry's a big actor. They could have, the Nightmare Before Christmas, Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, was made when he was well. So they could have gotten him. They could have gotten all the all, all the actors, all the actors vis-a-vis Disney that they could afford, but no, they put a lot of weight on that one actress. It was, don't get me wrong, she did did a fine job in the role she was given, but at the same time, it put a lot of pressure on her. I'm glad they didn't have her do like an Oogie Boogie voice. Overall, I'd give the book a 3.25. For that reason, the actress herself, I'd give a 4 out of 5. It was a really good book. Hang on. Hang on. I'm gonna pause it. Sorry about that. They were testing the sirens in my neighborhood. So, book itself is a 3 out of 5. Eh, Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, but what they could have done to make it better was they could have added more money. They could have thrown at it the whole kitchen sink, as it were. Um, but they didn't. If you've read, if you've read Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, feel free to discuss it with me in the comments. Like, if you're new here, subscribe. Do you have any other good books I should be reading? Do you agree that they put a little bit more effort into Peter Pan. Um, do you like Sally's appearance in Kingdom Hearts? Tell me all these things and more in comments. I've been Bob. This has been my review of Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. Bob out.
Because once I hit the pay for it,
I'm doing a video. Hi everyone. What I forgot to mention in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen review. The review you're currently watching. I'd like to thank you for doing that. Is this whole thing comes about because Sally doesn't want to be queen. And the new characters we meet along the way are the ones that I think Disney could have sprung for a little bit more money and actually given them new voices. Like that leprechaun I mentioned in the video. He doesn't have a new voice. It's the same lady doing the same thing. Just doing her best, you know? But it was good to see that the holidays worked together in the end and that um, the new characters didn't get killed off. Even the Sandman comes around in the end. I know I said he's mean, but yeah, Sally uses her brain and he does come around. But like I said, I think that they could have put a bit more effort into the actual performance of the book. She did fine as Sally, but at the same time, when you have the same voice performing Sally's parents, there I gave away something that I really didn't want to give away. You get to meet Sally's parents, but my parents have distinct voices from me, you know. So I would have liked it very much if Sally's parents had their own distinct voices. Um, but they didn't. They they were a welcome addition to the cast. I mean, you can tell by them going through the list of characters in The Nightmare Before Christmas that people cared about it in the same way me and my sister cared about SpongeBob, and we learned all the names of the fishes, and you know, because they were stupid little background characters. It wasn't just Sally and Jack the whole time. In fact, Jack's hardly in this book. So if you're looking forward to seeing him, you might want to wait this one out. Um, I am thinking about doing more videos on Kingdom Hearts 3. That's what got me thinking about this book in the first place. Because I sort of dropped off it at one point, but I was able to pick it up, and I still remembered what was going on. It's not just because um, I'm not talking weeks later. I'm talking months later. I was able to, which I thought was really neat, that my brain still remembered the story, and I think you would too, because it has that good of a beginning. If I didn't convey that properly, well, that's on me. But but um, I want you to know I'm trying to sell a fabulous book to you. It's not. It wasn't a slog to get through like some of these. It wasn't an obligation like the Lucy James third book. You can still enjoy Nightmare Before Christmas without it. Um, so if you want to read this on its own, you can. If it's been a while since you've seen Nightmare Before Christmas, you can still enjoy it. But if you want to watch this after you watch Nightmare Before Christmas, you can do that too. Um, I really enjoyed Sally's parents. That's why I'm doing this little segment. I I would be kind of lost if I didn't point that out, because again, it was, although it had a political figure, it wasn't too political. It was something you can just read um, without knowing anything about the Queen. There was a neat little Easter egg, but um, if you wanted a second Nightmare Before Christmas, this is definitely the route to go. But the the score still stands. Everything I said in the review still stands. Just I was worried that I didn't point out how wonderful the book really was. Um, it it's kind of different than any other book on this playlist. Even the other Disney book, again, like, comment, subscribe, and all that. But see you next time.